thrilled to introduce to you someone that you will recognize immediately from her many roles on television, ER and The Good Wife and Rescue Me. Maura Tierney has turned over much of her time and her effort to stand up to cancer as the ambassador. And it is a great job that she does for everyone who has been affected, and that is every family in America by cancer. She's also recently made her Broadway debut starring in Nora Ephron's Lucky Guy alongside Tom Hanks. So thank you and welcome, Maura Tierney.
Hi. Okay. I am a cancer survivor, one of nearly 14 million. Thank you. One of 14 million in this country alone, and I'm very proud to be here representing Stand Up to Cancer. I was diagnosed in 2009 with breast cancer. It was at an early stage. I was 44 years old, and I remember thinking, I am so young. How can this be happening? I had surgery, and I thought that would be the end of a very terrifying ordeal, but after the pathology report came back, it turned out to be a much more aggressive form of cancer than we had thought. So I had to change the course of my treatment, and I have to say that that whole experience completely turned my world upside down, in large part because 2 months before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, my father was diagnosed with lung cancer. And suddenly it felt like my family personified a terrible statistic that 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women in the US will develop some form of cancer in their lifetimes. And my father died 6 months later. But I'm still here. Yeah. And I am someone who directly benefited from an important scientific advancement, and part of my treatment involved taking a drug that did not exist 20 years ago. And if I had been given this diagnosis 20 years ago, I don't know what my story would be. So I have a good sense of what's at stake in this debate about federal funding for medical research, and the very short answer is a lot. The National Institutes of Health is the world's leading funder of medical research. Increasing our investment in NIH is crucial to finding better ways to prevent and cure all of the devastating diseases you've heard about today. Not just cancer, but Alzheimer's, heart disease, AIDS, HIV, diabetes, and many others. The NIH budget has remained flat for the last 10 years. I know some other people said this, but I'm going to say it again. When you factor in inflation, it has essentially lost $6 billion, or 20% of its ability to fund research on these diseases. And that decline strikes me as outrageous, especially since nearly 1 in every 5 medical advances approved by the FDA between 1990 and 2007 was developed in a federally funded lab. There have been some major advances in understanding and treating these diseases, but the current funding situation could put the brakes on all of that process. I mentioned that I'm here representing Stand Up to Cancer. SU2C, as we affectionately call it, was started by a group of women in the entertainment community and is a program of the Entertainment Industry Foundation, Hollywood's more than 70 years old charitable organization. And it was launched as a grassroots movement designed to get everybody excited about contributing whatever we could as private citizens to help teams of scientists working to end cancer. It began in 2008 for a few reasons. 1, because we were at a moment of great promise in cancer research, and 2, federal funding that would be important to spurring this research along was flat. In fact, in real dollars, it was declining. Stand Up to Cancer is not yet 5 years old, and Time magazine just reported on how our team science approach seems to be catching on and is a model for success. The Time story highlighted research advances Stand Up to Cancer has already generated across an array of cancers, and we are proud of this, and believe SU2C will continue to serve as a catalyst for collaboration. But NIH funding is the engine propelling the future health of all Americans, and we simply cannot afford any further cuts. Okay, are you ready to make your voices heard? All right, we're launching a text message campaign where together as a unified group, we're going to make our voices heard today by Congress, and we're going to send thousands of messages to Congress. So take out your phones. I'm going to talk to all of you as if you don't know what a cell phone is, but just bear with me. And can you hold your phones up high so we can get the cameras to see them? And there's people watching the rally across the nation via YouTube, so everybody watching, get your phones out and participate with us too. Okay, great. Now, you look up at the screens and review these 3 messages. There they are. Is it? That's message number 1. There's 3 messages, review them. And then you want to send your text message, you enter 202-817-2400 on your phones as a text message. 202-817-2400. And then you type in the number 1, 2, or 3. Are they showing them? Okay, good. And then following the number, add your name and the city you live in. Once you have completed this, review the text on your phone to make sure it appears correctly. And when you're ready, push send button to submit your text to Congress. I'm waiting. The results of the campaign will be on a Rally website tomorrow, which you can access by visiting rallyformedicalresearch.org. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your participation. All of your texts will be collected and sent to members of Congress to let them know we are united together to make NIH funding a national priority. Thank you for being here today and for your support for this urgently needed cause. It's an amazing experience. Thank you for letting me share it with you.